Have you ever felt like your prayers fall on deaf ears? Do you sometimes wonder if God is truly listening, especially when life seems to be unraveling before your eyes? What if the key to unlocking undeniable peace and purpose lies in a story thousands of years old? Stick with me, because today we're diving into one of the most profound and transformative passages in the Bible, a lesson that will change your outlook on prayer and trust forever. Today, we're exploring Genesis 18:16-33, an unforgettable narrative where Abraham, our patriarch of faith, boldly intercedes for the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. This story isn't just an ancient tale. It's a timeless blueprint for understanding God's unwavering promises and the power of intercessory prayer. As we journey through these verses, let's set the stage by zooming into a moment brimming with divine tension and human vulnerability. Abraham has just hosted 3 celestial visitors, revealing a looming judgment over Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham steps into an extraordinary dialogue with the Almighty. Now, this isn't just any conversation. This is a moment of cosmic significance that resonates deeply within the corridors of our own lives. Let's start with Genesis 18-19. The verses say, "When the men got up to leave, they looked down toward Sodom, and Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Then the Lord said, 'Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him, so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him.'" Picture this. Abraham isn't just any bystander. He's chosen, a man destined to birth nations, called to a life of righteousness and justice. And yet in this moment, we see the profound humility and courage it takes to intercede on behalf of a city with a reputation as dark as Sodom's. This is where we draw our first life lesson. Trust in God's promises, even when circumstances seem bleak. Abraham knows God's covenant stands. He steps into God's unfolding plan with audacious faith. Moving to verses 20-21, "Then the Lord said, 'The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great and their sin so grievous that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know.'" Here's where the rubber meets the road. God is illustrating his intricate justice. He's aware of every cry, every grievance, and his judgment is neither arbitrary nor hasty. This perfectly aligns with our understanding. God's justice is thorough. He knows every detail of our lives, and his plans are perfect. Now Abraham seizes the moment, engaging in a dialogue that is as bold as it is humbling. Verse 23 onwards is a masterclass in negotiation and intercession. Abraham approaches and says, "Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it?" God's response, "If I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake." This exchange continues, Abraham meticulously reducing the number, 45, 40, 30, 20, and finally 10 righteous souls. With each plea, Abraham reveals the heart of a true intercessor, one who stands in the gap, persistent and unyielding, driven by love and justice. And what's God's response? He listens, patiently, attentively. This isn't just a story, it's an encouragement for us. When we intercede for others, God listens. So what does this mean for us today? Here's the pulse of this narrative's life lesson. Never underestimate the power of earnest intercessory prayer. Your prayers matter, even when you can't see the immediate results. Standing in the gap for someone else can change destinies, alter outcomes, and bring about God's profound intervention. Notice Abraham's audacious confidence didn't come from presumption, but from a place of deep relationship and trust in God's righteousness. It teaches us that knowing God intimately empowers us to pray with boldness and trust in his perfect will. As we come to the close of this passage in verse 33, when the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned home. There's a profound peace in knowing that after such an intense dialogue, Abraham could rest in God's sovereignty. He had poured out his heart, he had interceded, and now he trusts in God's justice. And this is where today's message leaves us with this powerful takeaway. God's plans are always perfect, even when we can't see the full picture. Trust in His promises, engage in prayer boldly and persistently, and rest in the peace that surpasses all understanding. Abraham's story isn't just a relic of the past, it's a charged reminder that God's covenant with us stands firm, that He is a listener to our deepest cries, and that He works everything for our good, even through intercession. So if today you find yourself in a place of uncertainty, remember Abraham. Trust in God's promises, lift up your prayers with boldness, and know that your intercession has the power to reach the heart of God. And if you're ready to step into this divine dialogue with the same faith and humility as Abraham, drop a comment saying, "I believe and wait," and let's stand together in faith and solidarity. As we wrap up this profound glimpse into the intercession of Abraham, remember that each prayer you offer up is a testament to your faith, a beacon of hope, and a link in the chain of God's eternal promises. Next week, we will dive deeper into Genesis and keep unraveling these timeless truths. Until then, stay blessed, stay bold in prayer, and trust in His perfect plan. See you in the next sermon.